Rugămintea este întâi să adresați întrebări pentru Malcolm, apoi îl lăsăm să meargă să pregătească pentru antrenament și rămânem cu domnul Haralampus. Așa că vă rog pe rând, dacă se poate, să vă anunțați când vedeți.
So 2 wins in a row already for you in this moment in the championship and in Europe. How important is to keep carrying to go further with those good results?
Yeah, it's important to have good result. We had a bad moment in the past, but
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
no.
Does it work?
Ați făcut probă mai devreme.
Hello? C'est bon? I said hello, and yes, we had a bad moment in the last game, but these two games we played well, and the important is to keep this for the next game, and to keep this focus to continue to play like this.
What is your target in the European in this European?
The target is to go in the 8th, like the president and the coach say, and we have to take every game seriously and to play well to go further.
How do you see young boys comparing it to Go Ahead Eagles? Is it a stronger formation?
I think it's a formation with more experience, and we have to handle this game the same we handle like Eagle, with determination and focus, and we can have a big chance to win.
Do you usually manage to have more motivation in Europe than the championship, or how do you feel in those matches?
What you
Something
say?
special? Is something special to play Europe? Is that motivation, extra motivation for you?
No, it's good. It's good to play in Europe, but in championship also is good. The game is more strong, more hard, but for me it's the same motivation.
Is it helpful for you to know with some days in advance that you will play? Because usually the owner announces the team for the next game with a few days before. Is it helpful for you to know, to have that mental peace, let's say so, that you will be playing in the next game?
Not special for me because I prepare the game, playing or not playing. I prepare in the same way. So for me, it's nothing special.
Last games you have good performances. Recently there have been a lot of talks that you might leave the team. How this affect you, and if Jeffrey will come with a proposal, would you accept it in the winter time?
I don't think it's a good moment for talking about this. We talk about the game of tomorrow, and my focus is on the game of tomorrow.
But how do you feel personally? You are starting a game, you are in the starting lineup, you feel a game like an important player?
I just give what I know, what I can give, and after that, this is not me.
Do you feel that something changed in the morale of the team with these last wins?
Yes, for sure, we're feeling better, we have more confidence, but you have to keep pushing and continue like this.
Okay, thank you, Catalin left. Thank you, Ejma. I made your job, okay.
Thank you, bye.
Continuăm.
What means for you this game?
Sorry?
What means for you this game?
What means? Special game again, back to Europe, and you know very well that we want to compete and to win as many points as possible. Tomorrow we are facing a very good team. If you see the result, the last game's result in Europe with Panathinaikos, because we analyzed and we saw the game, it's not the clear image of the quality of this team. Panathinaikos scored 3 goals in 10 minutes, so the things changed, but really it's an offensive team with a lot of experience in Europe, a lot of quality, and we are preparing for a hard game. We know very well, and we have experience also in this type of games, but we have to be 100%, maybe more than 100% tomorrow in order to win the game, and this is the target for tomorrow.
Like like I asked Malcolm also, how important is that you have 2 wins in a row and also that you kept the clean sheet in both of them?
Both things are very important for us because the best syrup, I always say, in order to recover and to regain our confidence as a team is to win games. So it's very, very important for us that we managed to win 2 games, one in the championship and one in Europe in a row. Very, very important that we kept the clean sheet because it's one key that gives you points and gives you wins when you don't receive goals. We are a team that normally we can score, so it's very important for us to keep the 0 behind. But we have to keep these points in order to have a bigger future in both, in all the competitions, let's say.
Do you have many injuries? Many injuries?
No.
No.
Okay, Vali will train with us. Gretsu will see how he goes after the training. The rest, okay. Grau, he will stay out for 3 to 4 weeks, most probably, as the doctor said. And the rest that you know, nothing new appeared.
Radovanovic can play.
He's okay, yeah. He recovered, he's good.
Comparing the young boys to past opponents, which is their style?
If you mean about young Go Ahead Eagles or generally?
No, past opponents. Comparing to past opponents from the last season, how is their style comparing to teams we met before?
Okay, I could compare them with the last opponent that we play, but with more experience. Go Ahead Eagles, it's a similar team, very offensive team, putting many players up front, fullbacks high, and sometimes both wingers are inside, plus the striker, plus the number 10, so they put many players in the box. Offensive team, much more experience for Go Ahead Eagles, as I said. And it's a European game, something similar that we faced last year with this kind of opponents. We know very well what we have to do, but in these kind of games, you have to do it on your top level, 100%. We have to go all together. We have to work like a team because in order to win points in this type of games with these opponents, we have to be collective. All the players, the ones who start, the ones who will come in, have to be focused 100%.
In the game against Oțelul, it was the lowest assistance that your team had this season. What do you expect from the atmosphere, from the crowd, from everything?
I believe our results will bring the crowd back. You know, it's normal that our fans have a disappointment inside of them, but the way to bring them back again and to have a full stadium is by winning games. Is what the boys are trying. We are all trying. And we know very well the fans to be happy. It's normal. They want the team to play well and to win games. So we will try to do our best. We know that tomorrow we will have many fans again. I hope we make them happy. But even though they show the support with their way all the time, and they are next to the boys, they are next to the team, and I hope, I repeat, to make them happy tomorrow.
The situation in the championship is very complicated right now. We are far away from the first place. You are playing the first place on Sunday. In this context, how do you prepare this game from tomorrow? Thinking about that one or not?
Normally, you don't have to think about that one because, you know, we want to compete in Europe. We want to go high in Europe, as high as possible. So, if you ask me what I have in my head, I only think for the game tomorrow. Then after the game, for sure, we can think about Craiova. But at this moment, really, the only thing I have in mind is tomorrow's game.
Is the schedule of FCSB in Europe one that gives you an advantage? Because at least on the paper you are starting against the weakest opponents that you will face.
And also small.
Yeah.
I don't believe that there are weak opponents, especially...
Weaker than the others.
Okay, how do you take the weaker and the strongest? How do you see who is the strong team and who is the weak team? For example, Go Ahead Eagles, by a name, maybe it's for you, maybe it's weaker opponent. But for us, analyzing this team, winning the cup in Holland, and you know what league we speak in Holland, watching games like Ajax, Feyenoord, and being better from them. You cannot say that these teams. I'm replying with all the respect, just how I see the things. You cannot say that this opponent is weaker and Young Boys tomorrow is stronger team. For me, in this level, for the teams to play in this level, it means that they all have quality. All the teams are in high level, so I don't see that there are easy games or weaker teams in this competition, very honestly.
Last year's performance of FCSB in Europa League, even this start shows that FCSB likes Europa League and fits very well. Are you still maybe upset that we didn't qualify in Champions League, watching the results from last night with Pafos and the other teams that are struggling in Champions League right now?
Look, to be honest, Champions League is finished. We cannot speak about Champions League, and maybe it's a small reason that we were a bit disappointed and a bit down in the league as well. And now I can say it, because we were expecting this year if we could make it to go in the Champions League, and maybe we were a bit disappointed at that moment. But now it's long time that we are out of the Champions League, and we cannot speak about that. And we have to give our focus in the Europa League, in the Championship, and I repeat, to play in this European games and in this Europa League competition, you have to win the Championship and to try to fight. So also the Championship for us is very important, but we will take it step by step, like I always say.
But for example, did you see Pafos against Bayern last night? Did you imagine what the FCSB would have done instead of Pafos?
I saw maybe the best team that I saw this year, Bayern Munich. And, I was proud watching Pafos, one team from my country playing, but Bayern was unbelievable. It was really one of the best games, and you see this kind of teams, how serious they show in all the games. No matter where they play, with who they play, they were scoring goals and they wanted to score more. So maybe this makes a difference sometimes. And I felt jealous, for sure, because it's my dream. Maybe it will happen once to play as a coach Champions League. But I was also happy that one team from my country was competing in this great competition.
If you would give a prediction, would you bet on Bayern Munich to win the Champions League this year?
I don't bet. As I saw them yesterday, because I know it's not easy playing against Pafos, and I'm not saying just to say it. As I saw them, yes, I could say that they have big chances if they continue this way to win the Champions League, yes.
But without betting.
Without betting, always.
Do you feel your team is starting to look like the team from last year?
We are starting to win games, to change the atmosphere, and this is the most important. In order to improve, first of all, we have to win games, to win the confidence, and to play better. Now, the most important for us is to win the result. We see more the result in this moment because we have to win points and in Europe and in the Championship. And we are focused more on this. And when you win games, for sure, the performance and the image of the team will be better and better.
Even if we are in October, the owner starting to speak about the transfers, maybe even winter, and it seems that the talks about Luis Montano are still open. Do you expect to have a player like him maybe in the winter and on the summer transfer window?
The owner, okay, he doesn't. He has time to think about these things because it's him that makes this thing. But from my side, I don't have time to think about transfers, especially now in this moment that every 2-3 days we have game, and I always say that I'm not the one in charge, so nothing to say.
I'll ask you differently. Would you accept Luis Montano as a gift for Christmas?
I will accept other gifts for Christmas. I would not like to speak, especially about players that play in other teams competing with us. It's not correct, I believe, to speak about these players. So we have time for these things, and the owner is the one.
But how do you feel about Denis Alibek? Do you expect more from him? Do you
First of all, Dennis made a great game with Go Ahead Eagles, even though he's played one half, but he did his job more than enough. He did all the things that we asked him to do. And, it's not easy when he was injured in the beginning of the season. He stayed out. He had to recover, not too many minutes on his feet. And, competing in this competition, he did a great job. And how he's training every day, he shows the hunger he has to play and to help the team.
Until now, FCLB will come to the important games in Championship after a game in Europe. Now, Craiova, they're playing in Conference League 2. So both teams will face each other after a performance in Europa. How this will be an important...
50-50. Fair play. Okay, something that last year, we were the only team competing in the groups. For me, I see always my team, it's something that we are used to, something that we know. We managed it very well last year, and I believe that we will not have any problem to manage it this year as well. Yes.